Greetings, YouTube. I'm not just wearing this lovely little rainbow pin because I happen to like the bright colors. I wear it because I strive to be an ally to the LGBTQ community. I have a rainbow pouch I wear on my belt pouch, patch rather on my belt pouch. It's there all the time. It's out in the open, everyone can see it. And I do that not because I myself am a member of the LGBT community. I'm not. I'm cisgender and straight. It's that I want folks to know that I'm not dangerous, that there is in fact an old white dude that isn't going to be their enemy. I had a coworker one day, he looked at it and he said to me, "Did you like that?" And I kind of looked at him incredulously and I'm like, I'm wearing it, so I guess the answer would be yes. And his response was, "I don't like that." I said, "That's nice," and I walked away. I don't know what he expected for me to reply to that one. But he's also giving me crap because my water bottle is purple. He doesn't like that. And I've had the temerity to wear a pink shirt to work. He didn't like that either. Um, it's amazing. It really is. Some people have an incredibly, unbelievably narrow view of the universe. And if you don't fit into that narrow view, you're just an outlier. I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again, and I'm going to keep saying it until our society finally decides that they will come into alignment with this, with my statement, which is that trans rights are human rights, gay rights are human rights, that every person should be free from oppression and abuse and legislation based on their sexuality and their gender expression. And I have never understood how someone else's gender expression has any effect on you at all. Now, I realize that you're going to have the conservatives coming out of the woodwork and telling me how they're afraid that there will be men dressed as women getting into women's rooms for the purposes of rape. Um, Men don't have to do that to rape women. It's not required. They've been raping women for hundreds of years, thousands of years, without the need of putting on feminine attire. In fact, men just walk in to women's restrooms and rape them. It's happened more than once. They don't need to use subterfuge. They just do it because they realize that there's about a 2% chance they're going to be held accountable. They're going to get away with it. It's a really safe bet. And they know this. It's very unlikely a woman will ever say anything about having been raped. The same thing goes for men that they rape, or children that they rape, regardless of their sexual orientation or gender representation. You're going to tell me now, the conservatives will throw at me, that men get raped too, and you're right, they do. Some of them may even throw out these statistics that men get raped more because there are a higher percentage of men in prisons. And I'm going to reply with the same thing I say every time. Who's doing the raping? They never have a reply to that. So they don't need special laws that aim themselves at gay and trans people. You just don't. We have laws that say raping's bad, and we just don't enforce them. We already say that men shouldn't rape people, and yet they do, and they get away with it almost all the time. So if you come up with a law that says that trans people shouldn't be allowed to go to public restrooms, you're just a bigot. I know you've hidden behind a number of layers of, of proxies there. You've convinced yourself that you're not a bigot because of all those different layers you put between yourself and your own bigotry, but let's take them out of the way. You're just a garden variety bigot. It's not a good look. You can't fix that with accessories. I still struggle with this. If someone does or doesn't wear makeup, regardless of whether you think they should or shouldn't wear makeup, What does it matter to you? It's not your face. And if someone does or doesn't dress in a feminine manner or a masculine manner or a very neutral manner, it's not your clothes on your body. So what does it matter? What if someone does want to wear high heels or they don't want to wear high heels? Who cares? Does it make them feel good? Beautiful. That's what matters. Does this make this person happy? Okay, don't get in the way of that. This is a person living their best life, presenting themselves to the world the way they want to, that makes them feel mentally and emotionally fulfilled and comfortable. Awesome. Leave them alone. And if you have the desire to not leave them alone, you are not mentally and emotionally comfortable. You are afraid that someone else's actions somehow has an effect on you. Maybe you're judging yourself. Maybe you've questioned things in the past and you don't want to face them. Maybe you've been raised to think that this is the space that a man must fit, and if you don't fit in this space, that you are wrong, with a capital W in the front. Who cares? It's not your life. Leave them alone. Stop trying to convince the world that drag queens are a danger to kids, and they aren't. When's the last time a drag queen shot up an entire city block because they were angry at the world? Never. How many, overweight gay kids have shot up schools? How many? It's always these wounded, egoed, white, straight boys and men that feel they're entitled to the entire universe to be exactly the way they want it, and if it doesn't fit into their preconceived concepts, that their best solution is to grab a gun or a car or a bomb and kill some people. And yet you want to go after the trans people. Leave the trans folks alone. They are our brothers and our sisters and our non-binary siblings. And they deserve all the love and respect in the world. They deserve the human rights and civil liberties that everyone is deserving of. And if I have to someday step between some bigot and a trans person, at least I'll go down with some fucking dignity. Because I can't stand by and watch this shit anymore. And I'm not some MMA expert. I'm not some tough guy that goes out of his way. But I'm going to do everything in my goddamn power to take that bastard with me.